Hello friends, as you guys can see from the title, today we are doing our swatch comparison that we typically do for our Natasha Denona palettes. This is the new Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. So if you've seen any of my comparison swatch videos, you will know that I will be swatching this video. I'll be swatching this palette for you guys, as well as some comparisons on the screen, so you guys can decide for yourselves whether this is a palette you want to incorporate in your collection or not. Either way, it doesn't offend me in any way, shape, or form. It is your money. You spend it however you want. So if you are interested to see what this video entails, what these swatches are like, stay tuned. Alrighty, you guys, so obviously this is the I Need a Warm palette. As we know, Natasha Denona tends to release palettes in pairs. That's what I've noticed, which is really nice because typically that's how life is. You are in pairs with your significant other. So I am very happy to see that this is the warmer version of the I Need a Nude palette. I'm wondering if she's gonna come out with one that says I Need a Cool palette, because that'd be really cool. No pun intended there. So I would get that one as well. So this is obviously $69. You're getting your typical 15 shades in a palette. This is her normal format now. She doesn't come out with bigger, larger palettes, which is fine. I feel like this is good. This is a good center to come out with palettes for those that can and cannot afford it. I was lucky enough to have points on her website before she did affiliate links and affiliate codes and stuff, which I do not have. I've never gone out and sought it out, but I've always shopped at her website because I would get two day shipping. So that's what I did, and I ended up having points. So I ended up getting this for a lot cheaper than $69, but that is me. So if that is a perk for you guys, you can get 15% off of somebody and also use points. So yeah, I'm here to tell you guys that we're here to swatch this one. You guys know I am a fan of warm tone palettes. That is my jam. That is my thing. So for me, I'm excited, but I'm curious to see if this is something that I really needed in my collection or not. According to Natasha Denona, these are never before seen shadows throughout her specific collection. That doesn't mean you haven't seen them already through other palettes. Let's make that very clear, because nothing these days is so unique that you can't dupe it. At least duping the vibes. I'm not somebody who is duping exact to the T. I'm somebody who likes to dupe the vibes, because nobody's going to be up close to my eyelid and telling me that this is from Bobbi Brown and that was from Natasha Denona. You are not fooling me. A brown is a brown, you guys. So before we get into the comparison, I want to share with you guys the swatches of this palette. So this will be my first time touching it as well. So here we go. Okay, you guys, so here's all of the swatches of this palette. I will tell you that just looking at it just makes my heart flutter. Yes, it's your typical brown shades. It's your typical warm tones, but there's something about her formula that just looks so beautiful on the eyes, especially for my very oily, very finicky eyelids. This is just perfection to me. I'm so excited about this palette. Not many people will feel the same way, but I am here to tell you guys it was worth every single penny for me. I love this palette already just by swatching it. So just by swatching it real quick, you guys, I did not feel any cream to powder in here. I could be wrong. I did see there's a shifting shade here on camera. It looks orange, but in person for me, it looks more green, yellow. I don't know if you guys can see it there. It is very, very pretty. Let me see if I can grab a mirror. You guys can see it there, the flip. See that flip? That is gorgeous. It's very, very pretty. So I'm excited about this palette, you guys. I'm thrilled. I'm not going to complain. It's as smooth as butter, like her typical formula. So now let's get into our palette comparison. All right, so let's start off with its kind of twin per se. This is where, because they both have the same kind of packaging sort of just like the retro one that came out, the Retro Glam, I believe it's called, the green one with the mint greens in them. So I'm very happy to see that we have something completely different. Now, I do like this palette. I really do enjoy it, but it's not my favorite from her. I don't tend to like shadows that are leaning too rosy. Like, that's just not my jam. I'd rather be like subtle brown or neutral brown or warm tone brown. But you guys can see these two are completely different. So if you had the I Need a Nude and you like those rosy undertone, the coolerness of it, you may not want this one. This one has some shifting shades. This one does not. This has the sparkly toppers, which are gorgeous. But this one has, I feel like these are pretty, but they're a little bit more saturated in color. I will say these are completely opposite. If you like a cooler tone, I stick with this one. If you're into warm tones, I like this one. If I were to choose, I'm going with this one. This is the one I'm going to reach for more over this one. But this is like more summer for me, and this is more winter. So there's really nothing to compare here, to be honest with you. They're completely different. So now you can see them both next to each other. You can tell that obviously they're not the same. So recently she came out with the golden palette, and I really thought about that one when this one came out. But I will say, just by looking at these two, the golden is a lot more neutral and not so warm in its undertones, as you guys can see the difference here. If I'm looking at these in person, these two may look similar, Pep in the new one and Log, but Log is a lot more deep. Like, this is Log from the golden, and then this is Pep from the new one, and you guys can tell Log and golden. Golden is a lot warmer, so you're going to see a lot more warmth in this palette than in this one. This one's a lot more neutral. And then for our, let's try Teak in the golden and Soft Spot. Ooh, these look really close, but I don't think so. Yeah. So this has a little bit more rosy. This one's from the new one. And again, this has more warmth, so it's going to have a lot more red base to it. And sure enough, this one has that. This one has a lot more yellow. When I swatched them, this color in Teak in the golden obviously had more yellow to it. So they're not exactly the same, but you can get away with them on the eyes. And I don't think, unless you're pairing it with a lot of pinks and yellows, you won't tell the difference, but you can see that there is a difference between these two. What else? Do we have one similar to Vim? Vim is its own. Yeah, I don't see that one. Alchemist. See, these two are a lot more rosy in their tones versus Alchemist. Alchemist is a lot more golden, because you're seeing repetitive colors in here from the gold palette, so that's why you're not seeing them here. These are supposed to be new ones. So I don't see even this one in Dynamism and Various. Dynamism is a lot warmer than this one. You can see, I'll show you. They're just not the same. See? They're not even the same finish, but sometimes you can get away. Yeah, see, they're completely opposite. So you're not even Nubia. See, that's a lot lighter. So maybe next to Fancy. Nope, that one's lighter. What about Homey with Nubia? Here's Homey, Nubia. Nope, this is a lot more pink. This one's a lot more golden. So you're going to see that this is more golden. Golden undertones, which when you have golden, it's more yellow undertones. When you have more warmth, you're going to get a lot more reds and oranges in them. So you guys can see that in the swatches. You're not getting, it's more neutral. This one's more neutral. So if you don't want to go too red, or you feel like these shades will turn too pinky red for you, I'd stick with the golden one. But so far, these two are different. For me, I'm justifying the difference. Here, let's try even this last one. This is a cream to powder in the color Panna and Mellow. Even that's different. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, completely different. All right, you guys. Yeah, they're different. All right, Miss Denona, I got you. So there was one more palette that came to mind. That's one of her midi palettes that I feel like maybe you're like, all right, well, the warmth, Alex, the warmth is going to get to me. This is the My Dream palette. Before she came out with this one, I have always been in love with this one because of its warmth, but you can tell that this is a lot more deeper purples in here, a lot more color, versus this one's a lot more neutral in it. I will say that even this shade right here, the duochrome in here, you see how this looks red on camera and this looks purple. To me, this is looking more vibrant, neon green, and this one's looking more yellow green from a different angle. So they're not even the same together. Anything else that I could see? Maybe. See, no. Yeah, see, these are completely different as well. So if you're considering one of these two, it depends on what you prefer. Do you want more neutral everyday looks, or would you like those warmth but with those burgundy purples in them and more of a richer neutral shades in your crease, versus these are a lot more neutral and everyday appropriate. Not that this isn't everyday, because trust me, I use this all the time. You're also getting a black in this one, not this one. So out of these two, it's completely different as well. I don't see anything that I would compare them to. I'm actually very happy to say that she did a good job in not replicating color. Okay, so just in case you have the Glam Face palettes, I also brought these out because these are a lot warmer in tones. These are a lot softer. Let's see, we have crease and soft spot. Could these? No, crease is a lot lighter. Yeah, this one has pink in it, and this one is a little bit deeper. See, there is a different undertone to them. So no, these are not the same. Smoke and maybe fever. Nope. Smoke and fever. Even, let's try this one. Oh, is that a cream to powder? I think this one's a cream to powder now that I feel it. Let me see. Yeah. So here you are. See, you guys? That really duped me. Yeah. All right. So now as I'm swatching more, this is the cream to powder. See, I knew I'd find something. It's just I didn't look at it in the back of the box. So yeah, there is one cream to powder. So I stand corrected. There is a cream to powder in here. But swatching those two, they're not the same either. So if you had this one and maybe considered, oh, well, I don't need this one because I have these fives, that could be something, but you're not getting the depth in this that you may want out of here. So that's an option. Last but not least is the Glam Face, the deep version. And yeah, these are not the same. This is more red based. This one is a lot deeper than Transition and Fervor. Here's Fervor and here's Transition. This one has a lot more orange in it. The one in the Glam has a lot more orange to it than the one in the new palette. So that's not exactly the same. And even, let's try Smoke and Pep. Let's see. Smoke, Pep. Let's try to, yeah, no, this one's lighter. This one has a lot more depth to it, a lot more black in it than the one in the Natasha Denona. Doesn't mean that you can't make it look the same on your eyes, though. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, guys, so let's wrap it up. I stand corrected. There is a cream in here, a cream to powder. I was actually shocked that I didn't feel that in the swatch. That's how smooth it was. Look at that. It almost pulled a fast one on me, but I'm here to say that I stand corrected. There is a cream to powder in there, and I missed that lettering. These letters down here are so tiny, I didn't even see that C in there. So there is a C there that says cream. Nothing else. Nope, that's the only one that has a cream. So unless I'm wrong, that's the only one that I felt was a cream. That's the only one that has the letter C next to it for it to be a cream. So overall, what do I think? She definitely did not replicate colors as far as exactly the same. So you're not getting repetitive shades. Are you getting repetitive vibes? Yes, you most likely are going to do that. I am not pulling out any other palettes out of my collection because that would be hours and hours of footage, because you guys, this palette is not that unique to the market. Nothing is that unique to the market. If you're looking for a shifty shade, there are plenty of indie brands out there that have shifty shades. So unless you are specifically wanting the Natasha Denona formula, go for an indie brand. I have beautiful shifting shades from different indie brands, and in a cream formula, a liquid formula. There's so much out there, you guys, that if that is what is attracting you, maybe consider the price of just buying that one shifty shade you want that's like this one and just purchasing that one. I know off the top of my head, this is very similar to the shade Phoenix from Sydney Grace in their cream eyeshadow formula. It's basically the same thing. It's shifting from like a yellow orange to a red. It's nothing unique in here. I personally love Natasha Denona's formula because for me, it doesn't crease. It lasts all day. It's smooth on the eyes. I can wear it all the time. I can rely on them, on her shadows for anything and everything that I choose to do. I know that I can depend on them. That's the reason and the main reason why I enjoy this, and I buy these over and over again. Do I buy every single palette that she comes out with? Absolutely not. I do not own every single palette of hers, but for the most part, I do own quite a few because I love them. I genuinely love them. Can you dupe the vibes of this? Yes. Can you skip it? Yes. If you're somebody who doesn't like warm tones, you can care less about her formula. You can care less about the color story. You don't want to pay the high ticket price. I am pretty sure you can find something else in your collection. There is nothing extravagant that I can say, this is so unique that you need to get this one out. Unfortunately, with how much makeup is being released nowadays, you are bound to have something in your collection, pulling shadows from different palettes to make it. If you only like 3 of these shades, see where those 3 shades lie in your collection. If you like half of the palette, try to dupe half the palette. If you only like certain shades, take what you want out of this palette and dupe it in your collection. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys, you need to get this palette. It's so amazing. It's wonderful. Nope. You guys, this is dupeable. It is gorgeous. For me personally, my own personal opinion, I love warm tones. I love these shades. I know I will get use out of them. This is like my thing, my jam. You guys know I love the bronze palette she came out with for that reason. I love warm tones. So I always gravitate towards the warm tones, and I love her formula. That's where it comes down to me. Take what I said and apply it to your own collection. Is this something that you want? Is this something that you could include and not feel like it's repetitive? Do you want to get rid of older palettes because now they've aged out and they're not working as well, and maybe you want to replace all those with this one? That could be an option as well. You can also, the holidays are coming up. You guys know she does great deals, so you can wait for that. That's my thoughts, you guys. That's my recommendations. It's not something that I would say, oh my gosh, it's amazing. You guys, nope. Everything and anything is dupeable. Even indie brands, you guys. It is what it is. So that's all that I have for you guys. I will link this down in the description box. Find somebody, if you're going to buy it off of her website, that you can use the 15% off coupon for on the website. If that's what you're going for, use somebody's code. Use a gift card. You know, put it on your wish list, whatever it is. All right, you guys, I will link this down in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys and allowing me to bring this up to you guys and still wanting to see this swatch comparison video. All right, that's all. I'll check you guys in the videos on the screen. Until then.